Prime Minister Narendra Modi today expressed his condolences after lightning strikes and thunderstorms in Bihar killed 88 people, injured many, and caused widespread damage to property in the last 2 days. The State Disaster Management Department said that 23 districts of the state were gravely affected, with Gopalganj accounting for maximum number of casualties at 13. Uttar Pradesh has also been affected by the thunderstorms and has reported casualties. PM Modi expressed his anguish at the loss of lives and said that the state governments are working towards relief and rehabilitation. Reports from districts said that more than 20 people were injured and admitted to the hospital. Lightning strikes has also caused widespread damage to houses and properties of the residents. Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar has announced a compensation of Rs 4 lakh for the families of the victims. The Indian Railways on Thursday said that it would refund all the tickets booked for regular trains between July 1st and August 12th as coronavirus cases in the country surged a month after the government started relaxing some of the restrictions which were imposed in March. Only special trains announced in May and June will run, the railways said. Rail services, apart from the movement of some essential cargo, were abruptly halted in late March ahead of the efforts to contain the virus that froze almost all economic activity, putting crores out of work overnight. Earlier this month, the railways had increased the number of special passenger trains running in the country from 30 to over 200. These include 15 pairs of trains running on the Rajdhani routes since May 12th and 100 pairs operating since June 1st. India registered its biggest single-day increase in COVID-19 cases, recording 17,296 coronavirus infection cases in the last 24 hours. The overall total tally of coronavirus cases in India now stands at 4,90,401 as the number of fatalities touched 15,301. 407 deaths were reported in the last 24 hours. However, the recovery rate has improved to 58.24% according to the Union Health Ministry figures, with 2,85,637 patients recovering. Maharashtra recorded the highest single-day jump in COVID-19 cases with 4,841 new cases, pushing the state's case count to 1,47,741. 192 deaths were reported in the last 24 hours in the state. Mumbai reported 1,365 new cases of coronavirus, with the state's capital tally now at 70,990 cases. A number of patients who have successfully fought the illness in Maharashtra and Mumbai are, however, above 50%. US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said on Thursday the Chinese threat to India and Southeast Asian nations is one of the reasons why America is reducing its troop presence in Europe and deploying them to other places. He made the remarks in response to a question at the Brussels Forum that he had addressed virtually. China and India were involved in a violent clashes earlier this month in eastern Ladakh's Galwan Valley, in which at least 20 soldiers from Indian Army were killed. While the Chinese suffered casualties, the number are still not known. When asked why the US had reduced the number of troops in Germany, Pompeo said that if US troops were no longer there, it was because they were being moved to other places. He said the actions of the ruling Chinese Communist Party meant that there were threats to India, threats to Vietnam, threats to Malaysia, Indonesia, and South China Sea Challenge. Democratic presidential nominee and former Vice President Joe Biden wants India to take necessary steps to restore the rights of all Kashmiris and has expressed disappointment over the Citizenship Amendment Act and the implementation of NRC in Assam. He said these measures are inconsistent with the country's long tradition of secularism and with sustaining a multi-ethnic and multi-religious democracy. In the policy paper, which was filed under Joe Biden's agenda for Muslim American community, posted recently on his campaign website. A group of Hindu Americans have reached out to Biden campaign expressing their resentment to the language used against India and have urged them to reconsider their views. The group has also sought a similar policy paper on Hindu Americans.
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS. Search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.